we live?
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun.
Da-na-na-na. Okay, we are having some amazing brand new season starting off right now, minus the intro music, and we'll explain why in a couple of minutes. Welcome to season 9 of Table for Two. We have not done an actual live show in a very long time. I am so excited to be here with another person on the show. We have a huge, supersized lineup. But I'm going to jump right into my first guest because she's in Israel right now. She's with her family, Erev Shabbos, and we got to get her on right at the beginning of the show. I wanted her to be the first guest of season 9. We're going to let her go, and then maybe we'll play the music and do the whole repertoire. But welcome, Danielle Renov, Peas, Love and Carrots, superstar, culinary expert, and now we can say cookbook author as her title. Danielle, welcome.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me, Naomi. I didn't realize I was your first guest of season 9.
Yes, that's why I really wanted to make it happen. I remember the first time you were on Table for Two a couple of years ago. You were my foreign correspondent from Israel, and you did do it. We spoke to you from the Shuk.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
That was a long time ago.
Funny.
And then we
I
did.
know, you know what? Because I'm everywhere I'm supposed to be. You know, like I'm supposed to be in my house on Friday at 4 o'clock, but then like I end up at the beach on Friday at 4 o'clock. You know.
I love that. And then I love that. We did a show from the Inbal Hotel all about 2 years ago also.
Yes, I remember.
And shout out to the Inbal because they're open. If you're in Israel and you want a little vacay, go check it out. The best pool in Israel, I think.
That's amazing. Yeah, the Inbal is incredible.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure.
I'm so excited. It's so exciting to be announced as cook-off.
Isn't it great? It's like your PhD, you know? You wrote a thesis.
She would probably not macabre, but I'm with you.
It's your thesis. You know, Danielle, a lot of people are calling it a textbook because it's got so much information in there. And I love that.
I heard a better description. Hi, Danielle.
Joined by Shlomi Klein.
I heard it's called the new Purple Cookbook.
The new Purple Cookbook. I love that, from the follow-up to the Chabad one.
So what? Wait, I didn't hear. Wait, the new what?
Purple Cookbook.
Purple. Segol. We'll say it in...
That's literally the funky thing you can say to me, but honestly, it's not. There can only be one type in spirit. I'm just happy to be even mentioned in the same sentence as the Spice and Stir cookbook. So I'm really honored.
Danielle, this is an amazing book, and I know I've only got 10 minutes with you because it is mamish. It's Erev Shabbos for all of us, but you're a bunch of hours ahead of us, and you're with a family, and we really appreciate the time that you took. We are having a giveaway for Peas, Love and Carrots, the cookbook by Danielle Renov. We will be announcing that later on the show as well, what you have to do, but stay tuned for that as well. We want to thank Art Scroll for that. What an amazing book. Let's start off, Danielle, with this front cover. Wow.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you. You know what? It was really a collaboration. I really wanted something on the cover that really represented me. And it was so hard to choose one specific recipe in the book because when you go through the book, you see there's a lot of Moroccan recipes and there's a lot of Ashkenazi recipes. I really tried to give the best version of traditional recipes, and if they need I modernize them, but it really wasn't the point of the book to be trendy and I didn't want it to pass the time. I wanted the book to be eternal in a way, and because of that, I didn't feel like there was a recipe that really represented me, like the melting pot of who I am, half Moroccan, half Ashkenazi. Tons of influence from Israel, where I moved to 13 years ago, and I literally developed a recipe that embodies me for the cover, and that's what it is. And it happens to be really delicious and yummy. And what's more Ashkenaz than a matzo ball soup, and what's more Moroccan than saffron and cheese and Iraq? So it worked out really beautifully, and the colors worked out. And I wanted something really clean and really simple. Because I really wanted my community from Peas, Love and Carrots on Instagram to really find them in the book and in the cover. And I wanted it to feel familiar. And I wanted it to be something approachable that they knew what to do with. And I feel like the cover really captures that.
The book is very much you. And when someone said to me it's a big book, I said, because it's Danielle as well. It's Danielle's personality, and I tell you this all the time, right? I tell you you're one of the funniest people I know. So it's got her sense of humor in there. I too hate raisins.
Thank you.
I love number 86 of 86 things you need to know about this book. I also I like bananas though.
It's so funny though because really I got pushback for the 86 things. They didn't want me to put it in because we were so limited on pages. Like our school was so generous and they kept adding, you have to add pages in groups of 8.
Yes.
So they kept adding pages. Finally our school was like, all right, this is cool. This is the border. We're like, this is your boundary. No more pages. And I was like so stressed about it. And they were like, I think you should take out the 86 things. There's some text in there. And I was like, no. I thought it's for me. It's got to go in. It's important. I don't know why it's important for everybody to know there's no raisins in the book, but it felt important, and I'm happy I went with it.
It's great, Danielle. It is unreal. Tell us a little bit about your whole process of actually making it. You can see a little bit more behind the scenes in Fleisch's magazine. I'm sitting here with Shlomi Klein.
Yes. Oh, well, Shlomi and Zipper were so kind. They actually did a series in their July issue of Fleisch's magazine. It's almost like a companion to the all about the behind the scenes. They actually sent their photographer, Schneider, who's so talented, to the studio one day to take pictures of us in action. And the truth is, for this show, I've done a lot of things like that. They're my favorite pictures. Funny, I actually want some of those pictures if that's allowed. They're so great.
Number.
And she was a pleasure to have in the studio. Oh, she's like a pleasure to work with. But they did a whole behind the scenes on the making of the book and food service and the process and the photography and then a companion, like a Moroccan pantry companion to the book. Because I think Moroccan food is so new to so many Jewish Ashkenaz kosher-eating people that really needed it. Like,
You know what I say? I just want to interrupt you there and say I've never met a bad Moroccan cook. There's something about Moroccans and being amazing cooks.
No, you're right. You're right. So I think, and you can see it in the book itself, in certain recipes, a lot of Moroccan food is, people feel like it's involved, it's laborious, things like that. Because there's a lot of techniques that Moroccan women have passed down from generation to generation. And, even the way, like real Moroccan cigars, when you eat a Moroccan cigar from a Moroccan, and you get to figure out why they're so delicious, because they grind the meat after the meat is cooked. Like, that's a crazy thing to do, but it's delicious. And then, like, just different things, the way you cook, like the tomatoes and the moussaka and things like that.
Danielle, we're losing you a little bit.
There's so much technique and cooking wisdom, like technical cooking wisdom in the recipes. And it's just really, I love Moroccan food. So I'm so happy to be able to share that part of myself.
Well, we're very happy that you did. It is just an amazing book filled with Moroccan, Ashkenazic, and Danielle recipes. Just traditional. You've got a Thai recipe in there, which my true love, one of my favorite cuisines, along with Moroccan. The tom yum soup with salmon that totally speaks to me. I've even jumped in there and I've made a bunch of things from the book. I don't often cook from cookbooks because cook from my head, and I'm just adoring it. And you're just an amazing superstar. I'm glad to be part of the Foodie Chevra with you. We have a great group of friends, and everyone just adores you, and the world adores you. At your Instagram, you speak to people, and really, we just want to wish you a hatzlacha. I know you've sold like 25,000 books in a week.
Yeah, well, that was pre-sale. Yeah, before the book went on sale 2 weeks ago, we sold 25,000.
It's amazing.
It was a really it was a really big deal. You know what? It was minaz mashamayim because it was supposed to come out May 15th from Corona. It kept getting delayed, and obviously we were all nervous. Our school was nervous. I was nervous. Maybe it was not done. And then our husband just has a plan, and he knew that Arafat was not going to be the best time for the book to come out, and we fully gave it over to Hashem, and he, repaid our emunah tenfold.
Absolutely. Was this always a goal of yours?
What?
Was this always a goal?
It wasn't. I mean, at different points of my life it was. And since I started Instagram, it wasn't. I really liked the satisfaction of, like, giving people recipes immediately and holding recipes back this last year was really difficult for me. But I know that people really like to cook from books as opposed to their phones or iPads. And I'm really happy that people are happy to have the book and cook from it. And it was a very, healing process for me writing it. And I really enjoyed it. And I gave it everything. And this is it. It's never happening again. So.
Danielle, never say never.
Yeah.
I wrote 2 books. I never thought I would do another one. By the way, I'm not doing a third.
We have other things in mind.
Right. There's always fun collabs that we're always working on. So, Danielle, thank you for joining us and giving up some of your family time.
Thank
Erev
you
Shabbos.
for having me. Thank you so much.
Regards to all the Renovs in Israel.
Take care, have a good Shabbos.
All right, have a good Shabbos. All right, thank you.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Shabbat shalom. Okay, this is Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Siegel Network. We're jumping right into our intro because we had to get Danielle right onto the set. Maybe, ZK, we can do the music now. Okay, should we do the music, guys? Because it's been like 4 months since we've been on the air. Okay, ZK's queuing it up. Everyone, put your dancing shoes on. That was very special. Only Danielle Renoff gets to jump in there at the beginning, have her on the show. She was absolutely fantastic. Okay, here we go. Good morning. You are listening to Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Siegel Network. We are live right now from my backyard. This is amazing. I am so happy on this glorious day. Thank you, Nachum and Miriam, for making season 9 happen. ZK, my incredible engineer, for driving out early this morning. All my incredible guests. Danielle was already first up, even before we officially started the show. She was the warm-up act. She's always the warm-up act. She's funny. She's delightful. She's an amazing cook. Lining up on the show, sitting right next to me, Shlomi Klein, part of the Shlomi and Shifra Klein team. Shifra's busy cooking for Shabbos.
We'll go with that.
Yes, let's go with that. Editors-in-chief, founders of the incredible Fleischiks magazine. We're going to be having Amichai Miller from Baked by Mo, and we have Joe Klein from Just One Chesed line up. We have a supersized show for you today, and I'm really glad to be getting started. For those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, I'm Naomi Nachman. I'm about all the food all the time. I love food. I love shopping for it, cooking it, eating at restaurants, anything related. I'm a personal chef. I give cooking classes. Actually, now, ZK, I can add in, I do Zoom classes. I did 60 Zoom classes between Pesach and, say, this past Monday. I cook for...
How many?
60. I know, right? Hustle.
That's impressive.
Right? About the hustle. It's my prognosis. So I was very grateful to everyone that had me to do a Zoom class. I love traveling, trying different foods from all over the world, and I like traveling the world. But I want to hear about your experiences too, so email me, naomi@nachumsiegel.com. I just want to take a moment to every single one of my followers who reached out while I was off air and asked me to come back on the air soon for brand new shows. When Nachum called me a few weeks ago, when he just interviewed me on Jay in the AM, he said, Naomi, people really want you back on. Let's get season 9 up and running. Because usually I start in September. Please come on, let's go August. Let's do it. I'm like, sure. Anything for Nachum, I really appreciate, and really anything for you guys. Listeners, thank you so much for tuning in, and to all the people that watch us on our YouTube show on the Nachum Siegel Net. Thank you. I love doing what I do. I cannot believe we're in season 9, 200-something plus shows, amazing guests, and let's get to it because we have a lot to talk about. I'm just going to give a shout out, and Shlomi, you can pipe in on this as well. If you can think of anything else. I've eaten at the following restaurants in the last couple of weeks, and I just want to give these restaurants an incredible shout out because it's so nice how they thought outside of the box. Moish Hirsch from Central Perk. From the minute Corona hit, he had to rethink his food business, and he did it. He's unbelievable. He's actually too shy to come on air. He didn't want to come on, but he's going to come by and bring us some yummy treats. But he turned, Pesach time, he turned his restaurant into an egg wholesale business. And then he started with the deliveries. And then he got an app that you could order from your house and he will deliver. Even now. Then he opened up outdoors. Then he could open up...
Then he catered your birthday.
Then he catered my 50th birthday party, yeah. He was amazing. And what he did was he made individual salads and individual pastas because nobody's doing buffets anymore. So he did everything individual. You can sit outside of the back of his restaurant. You can sit at 50% capacity and know that you're safe. All his cooks are, everyone's hopefully all in masks and following the rules, but he was just wonderful.
He's mamish a mensch. I mean, we all helped him out here in the Five Towns.
Yeah.
We tried helping all the restaurants out. But when he was actually starting to open up, he asked me about my next issue, and he wanted to put in an ad. And I told him, it's not the time for you. I don't want to take your money. I felt bad. Even barter, I didn't want to take anything from him. And he's like, no, you helped me out. I want to help you out. He put in an ad. It didn't matter what the rate was or whatever. I was surprised. I've never had that before.
He's the biggest mensch on the planet.
Yeah.
So a really, really big shout out to Moish Hirsch of Central Perk. I was at Wall Street Grill the other night. Beautiful
Great.
outdoor spaces. I
think
love
they have
it.
the nicest outdoor space.
Oh my God, I was...
Between the terrace downstairs and the rooftop.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with it. Everybody knows. I hope to have them on the show in the next couple of weeks. It was a dining experience, so I really recommend...
Thai beef.
Yes, yeah.
I like the
I
Thai
had
beef.
the Thai beef. We had the whole appetizer because I like everything there. Citrus Cafe in
Woodburn.
Woodburn. I was there 2 days ago. He gave me the whole menu to eat. I did not eat.
But he's one of the only places upstate, besides having a whole milkshake menu and everything and desserts, he has cocktails. He has a liquor license.
Yeah, at 11 a.m. I had a boozy milkshake.
Yeah, it looked like you had fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and I brought two amazing women together who run big tzedakahs from A-Time and from Links Shlomi's Club. So they were was amazing, just a meeting of the minds.
I still got to try that Zwiebelkugel.
Oh, the
Zwiebelkugel.
Zwiebelkugel. I learned how to make Zwiebel. If you're from New Square and you're listening, I need a lesson also. But Esther Horowitz, my friend, taught me how to make it, and I forgot. I was supposed to bring one back.
It's Zwiebel. It's not Kugel. It's Kegel.
You're right. I learn it.
To make sure.
It was amazing. I had the best time with her, and I learned a lot. King of Delancey, shout out to them. Another great outdoor space upstairs. And a big shout out to, we'll talk about my birthday party events by just in general, who's been working really hard and a real hustler in this crazy corona times. Events by Penina, where she happened to have done my daughter Leora's bat mitzvah, but you're looking for an outdoor space. She can throw an event together in 24 hours. Friends of ours are supposed to have an event upstate, no power. Within 24 hours, she turned the whole event around to make an incredible event space back here in the Five Towns. So really just, people are rethinking their businesses. They're rethinking weddings. They're rethinking bar mitzvahs. And, the most important thing is that we're healthy, right?
I mean, we're here in Five Towns. I don't know if we're luckier, but it's different than Brooklyn. You saw the way Moshe from Aussies also turned around his whole model. He also set up a whole thing online. You're able to order either fresh grilled or deliveries. You have the different restaurants doing their different things. Moshe building up an app. Brooklyn was a very different experience. I think they just basically stuck with to go, and that's it. We're lucky. We also have indoor seating. Everyone's coming here now.
Right. Indoor.
We have 50% indoor here in Brooklyn. In the city, they don't.
Right, and I want to enjoy sitting outside.
One
Look
of
where
the
we are
things-
now.
Check this out.
Pan the backyard, ZK. Pan the backyard. Show them my vegetable garden. I need your help with that, Shlomi, afterwards also.
No problem. Mine's also dying. Don't worry. It's been hot.
It's crazy. I call it my Israeli salad. There's tomatoes and cucumbers growing over there.
But this was actually fascinating. We had, if I can find it, we did an article.
Let's talk about...
We did an article all about the restaurants opening during Corona. There's over 20. There's over
new restaurants.
20 new restaurants that opened during Corona. I guess people were lined up to open. They wanted to open. They didn't want to wait any longer.
They've invested.
That's it. I was shocked. I didn't realize there were so many. But
Okay.
I'll find it eventually.
Can I just, before I forget, I just want to mention Bruce Backman.
Yes.
What a star. He's
Bruce
the
is a great
nicest
guy.
guy. So he and the Greenwald Caterers actually have a Shabbos next week. So I'm
Are
going
you going back?
No, I'm going to be in Colorado.
I just came back from Colorado.
I know, KMH.
Where are you going?
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. So if you're looking for a late summer getaway, so Greenwald Caterers and Bruce Backman are doing an event, a Shabbos in Connecticut. If you're looking for a nice getaway with a family, safe, beautiful. I thought the grounds were beautiful. It's in a vineyard. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that they had a vineyard around it. They're growing Riesling grapes or Moscato grapes, I can't remember, but it's beautiful over there. Go grab a Shabbos away for yourself and your family. Very reasonably priced. The food was plentiful, beyond amazing. The davening was stunning. Shout out to my new friend Yitz Henkman for doing an amazing day. When I walked into shul, and I hadn't been to shul in months, to a minyan, and to walk into here, his singing was just, I felt like I was singing. He was singing with the angels. It was so beautiful. So go check out Bruce and and Greenwald Caterers. If you need more information, you can email me, naomi@nachmansiegel.com. I can pass that information on to you. All right, let's talk fleischiks, because I've got a great lineup over here. We've got live studio audience here.
Well, the August issue was all about sandwiches. It was our sandwich issue.
Oh, do you want a Vegemite sandwich?
Should we do one?
Should we do? I have to go downstairs. We should have done one.
We should
I
have
didn't
done
think about that.
I still haven't had Vegemite.
Yeah, but you had Marmite.
I've had Marmite.
We
You,
went-
you actually brought me Vegemite. I just didn't bring myself to try it yet.
It tastes the same.
Yeah, but basically we did a summer sandwich issue. Last one before Yom Tov. Now we're obviously thinking about Yom Tov, and we pretty much covered anything sandwich related.
I love sandwiches. A fresh
I
sandwich.
mean, this cover, by the way, by the photo shoot, there's always so much going on. There's too much food. We don't usually eat everything, or we end up having people over or giving it away, whatever. The cover was this bagel with a navel pastrami, scrambled eggs, and some kind of mayo. I pressed this. This cover was mine, and it was phenomenal.
Don't you love when you look at your photos in print and then you go, oh, I literally ate that.
It was, yeah.
Like when I pulled things out of my freezer that I had done photo shoots for my cookbook, because we were able to use everything. I'm like, see this cookbook? That's actually in my book.
That's it. 100%. No, so we actually, it's funny that we did not just sandwiches, but breakfast for dinner. The issue before Schiffer did an article on breakfast for dinner. We did shakshuka on the grill. She did sabich on the grill.
I love sabich.
We did a South African style breakfast on the grill for dinner.
Yeah, South Africans eat a lot of meat.
Yes, we
They
do.
wanted it when we were in South Africa. They wanted to make us fleischiks for breakfast. I'm like, no.
When we used to have like a Rosh Chodesh breakfast, or you had a bar mitzvah or something in shul or whatever it was, a bris, there's always meat, always. Steak, not just like hot dogs or beef fry, steak. But yeah. Anyway, so because we're doing a sandwich issue, we did in our butcher's cut, we did pot roast, very versatile piece of meat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for
And
braising.
economical also.
Yes. So Schiffer actually did an article where she made it pulled beef sliders, which is everyone, this is like really popular right now. Pulled beef a few different ways. She did a French dip. Have you ever done a French dip?
I've never done it, but the first time I ever heard of it was in Danielle. She did it one of her first Instagram stories years and years ago. She did a French dip, and I think it's in the book also.
Could be. I didn't notice.
I like
remember
banh
some
mi
kind of-
sandwiches. I'm a big banh mi sandwiches.
So we did a chicken banh mi, a schnitzel banh mi together with Between Carpools. They were the guest editors.
Oh, love them. They've got
So-
a book coming out too.
I found that out recently. Then we did our usual summer produce. So this is one of your faves. Tomatoes or tomatoes?
Tomatoes. What do you say?
Tomatoes.
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 He's South African. Can you hear the difference, guys, between his accent and mine?
But my
Can
accent's
you
not
hear
as
a
strong as
difference?
yours.
Right? But he doesn't sound American.
No, I sound American.
You don't sound so. You sound South African, but it's not so strong. I spoke to someone yesterday. I did a call center to the Buzz. Right? I want that red thing. That red.
The red magic.
Do you have one?
The pizza
Yeah,
thing.
I want one. I'm going on a road trip. I need it. So a South African answered. I'm like, where are you? He goes, I'm actually in Johannesburg. You could cut his accent with a knife. He was the
He's
call
in
center for the
Johannesburg.
Buzz. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was like, sure. Buzz, will you send me one over? I need one now.
So you still have tomatoes growing?
Yeah, I picked them this morning.
Oh yeah? I have to go pick ours. I had people coming using the pool while we were gone, so they actually picked all our tomatoes and
Oh,
stuff.
that's not nice.
No, it was great. I told them they should. They were going to die.
Oh,
They were
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
die.
And basil. I have a lot of basil.
So everyone's got tons of tomatoes. Schiffer did a bunch of different things with tomatoes. Like a grated tomato confit, pico de gallo,
I loved
tomato jam.
I love what you did this on the Instagram, how you had it pop.
Oh, that's man sales. They do great stuff. We take a bunch of shots and then they turn that into.
Very, I've got to ask you a question. I've been meaning to
Sure.
ask you this even offline, but I can ask you online. Who does a sense of humour in here and come up with all the funny titles?
That's man sales. That's their team.
Yeah,
They have a special
you
guy.
guys are really funny, but
No, I'm
that's
not that
really
funny.
funny. I mean, you're not Danielle funny. She's in a league of her own. But
Yeah.
that was really. They do really. You do these funny little quips.
There's little quotes peppered throughout the magazine is definitely done by them, and they're the best. They're the best in the business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on, we actually did to go along with sandwiches, you need bread.
Yeah.
So we had Rocky Pinson we had pretzel buns.
Pretzels. We're gonna have some
Pretzel buns.
pretzels.
We did potato buns and we did waffles, but these weren't regular. They were like savory Belgian waffles to use as part of a sandwich.
Can
Go
we
ahead.
just take
Sure.
a break? Amichai, pop on the set. We are live here in Woodmere in my backyard. This is Table for Two with Naomi Nachman. It's now Table for Three. We have a guest here.
Hello.
Can you hear him?
Yes, we do.
He has a big man's voice. Okay. Hi, this is Amichai Miller. He's chef, baked by Mo. on Instagram, and he's my friend's son, but he's super talented, and he's been bringing me baked goods to try every week. So thanks for the wait.
Are you from the Fire Towns?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so what have we got here? Speaking of pretzels,
Sourdough pretzels.
Oh, wow. You made these
Fresh
from
out
scratch?
oven.
You make your own
From
sourdough?
scratch, yep.
That's awesome.
should we try?
Is it amotzi?
No, it's we figured it was mizona because it's boiled and baked, and we're not having it as a suda. There's a shear going on here. See, you get a lot of information here, and it's only 3 cups of flour. So I'm gonna try.
I'm not the Rav, you are.
Yeah, call me Robertson. This is what I'm holding of today, and I'm sticking to it. Baruch atah Adonai b'chol ha'brei minei mizona. So good.
Thank you.
Amichai, don't go anywhere. You're up next in the hot seat. I just thought we'd get started seeing we're talking about pretzels. I have to give to ZK
We'll get that soon.
and Joe Klein.
So we were talking about the banh mi before. So
Yeah.
between carpools, Leah Shapiro actually met Shifra at, we know them for years. But she
love
met her
Leah.
at Melinda's conference before Kosher Fest last year.
Yeah.
And she said, we love the magazine, whatever. If you ever do anything about sandwiches, I'm in. I need to do it. So she actually, when it came time for this issue, Shifra was in touch with her. Like, they did a whole thing, how to build a sandwich. And
I wrote a sandwich article for Mishpacha magazine.
you did. You actually were in touch with me about the South African sandwich. It didn't get in.
No, I didn't.
But I saw the
didn't
other
put it
ones.
in. I was only allowed X amount of words. So I had to
So we did the chicken banh mi. We were just talking about reason. You love banh mi. You love Vietnamese.
because I love like protein, crunch, and sour.
There
and
you go.
Good bread.
So the way to build it, it depends what you're making. Different bread, different condiments, different fillings, and then how to make your combos. We then took it to the next level. I mean, Shifra has to do things a little bit, differently.
Oh yeah.
Did you even notice what this is? Take a look at this.
Okay, I'm going to show it to everyone up on the screen for those of you watching on the Nachum Siegel net. Okay,
But
what is this?
Tell everyone. Look at it.
It looks like a gefilte fish sandwich with grain. I totally missed
So
that.
it's a beet pesto.
Oh, of course
Yeah,
it is. With
but-
gefilte fish.
You know what? I had that and I was like,
On challah?
you go to the gas stations in Borough Park and Williamsburg, like the little convenience stores. They actually have like gefilte fish wraps and sandwiches. I've seen during the week.
I have to
That
say,
I haven't picked up and tried, but this was actually really good.
I love gefilte fish.
I love gefilte
Wait,
fish.
wait. Let's see if you really... Do you like the yoich? The jelly? I love the yoich. I love fish yoich. That's how... Your mum probably cooks like that. With
Yeah, we have fish at home.
I love the fish
Nomi's
yoich
actually
with
eaten in
challah.
our house.
Yeah, his mum is amazing. His mum and my mum got on like amazing.
So that was a really interesting one. This was like, deli-style sandwiches, but,
With gefilte fish.
peppered up a little bit, modernized a little. That's
I love it. I
the
love
navel
it.
pastrami. You got the white fish on sourdough.
I thought
but
it was tuna. I
that's
missed that
okay.
on the Instagram.
This pastrami knish, we took a potato knish, sliced it in half, a navel pastrami, and a honey mustard. Phenomenal. But yeah, this was a star. We were thinking about this possibly as a cover, but it's a little bit too crazy.
Too much, yeah. I think
This is
was
what
perfect.
we're calling the Fleischig's Chollenberger.
Chollet burger, guys.
Yeah.
Who wants a chollet burger?
It's not as
Joe Klein is laughing.
it's not as crazy as it sounds.
Do you
One
like
second.
Joe? Do you like chollet? I like chollet. So we need to give him these magazines.
Let's just
He lives in
let's just
Israel.
explain what's going on here. It's
mini
not really
pretzels.
cholent. I mean, you've got sautéed onions. You've got your burger as your meat, a bit of mustard, kishka. You've got chili peppers, some kind of peppers,
Yeah.
tomatoes, and beans.
Right, it's brilliant.
So it's not really cholent.
an homage to
It's the
cholent.
cholent components.
You're
It's a
right.
good burger. I ate the burger. It's good. It's very good.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
I once had cholent pizza in Detroit.
No, that doesn't sound
Yeah,
very
yeah.
appealing.
It was actually. I was like, and Sophia's like, yes, we got to try it because I love cholent.
I'll do anything cholent. But
Guys,
what was it?
Where? Maybe the listeners will know where in Detroit it was. Does anyone know? Can't remember the name of the store. I think they're also at Kosher Fest. They make their own. They sell stuff also packaged. So I went to a pizza store when I went there for a wedding. Everyone said you had to try the 7-layer cake from Siemens, and then you had to go to try the pizza cholent. It was delicious, but it was like beans. There was no meat on it. It was milchik, but it was
Yeah.
like beans and kishka and stuff on a pizza. It was very good.
Then we went on to we did a whole burger section, smash burgers, regular burgers, cheese. Everyone's into the power of burgers. We were into the power of cheese.
Right.
So we played around with a bunch of different ones. I can't stand like the Deo ones, that flavor.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the parva cheese.
So we tried a bunch, and we actually found one that
really?
melted nicely and didn't have like a very
Which one?
pungent.
Which brand?
I think it's called Heart Health. I'll take a look. I'll see.
Do they sell it in Gourmet Glatt?
They do.
Okay, that's all I need to know. If you're in the 5 towns, actually, there's Gourmet Glad is going everywhere. I feel like there's two in Lakewood now.
There's 2 in Lakewood, yes.
You know, I didn't even know that.
Oh, no?
I do their Instagram, but I do the Woodmere Instagram. Arias. What does Arias mean?
Arias is pita stuffed with meat.
Right.
It's a sandwich. That's why we do. Okay, we're taking sandwiches to the next level. We're doing Arias. We've done Arias. We've all done Arias.
Yeah, I did it with the salmon patties from Aussies, and
Yeah.
I've done it with the turkey burger the turkey shawarma burger from my Perfect Flavors. I put it inside a Arias. It was amazing.
So we did Arias in our first issue with Allenby.
Yeah.
Last summer, Schiffer played it around. She made it into like a barbecue one with beef fry and barbecue sauce, like American style. And now we decided to change it up a bit. She also did fish during the 9 days. It was very popular, I saw. This year we did an Asian one. We have a salmon one, like you just said, and we have an Italian meatball one.
Ah, I love that.
But really, it's such an easy supper to put together.
An Italian meatball Arias. Oh, yeah. And also, we're getting a lot of pita bread in those boxes. If you've got a kid under 18, I've got one, you can get a box of food from your district. It was a lot of pita. Now, I've only got 1 kid, so I get 1 bottle of milk, I get 1 package of pita. If you've got 6 kids, you're getting 6 containers of milk a week. Now, during quarantine, I drank 6 containers a week.
You didn't find a way to use it up?
We drank milk. We love milk. There's milk in here. I'm like a 4-year-old and I'm 50.
I made ricotta, I made paneer, and then I used it a lot in polenta.
Right, yeah.
But how much can you use?
Right, I know there was a lot of milk.
I saw people there were Facebook groups. People were getting together and buying enzymes to make cheese. What's it called? Rennet.
Rennet.
Imitation rennet.
I didn't even know that.
Because you buy it
That's
in
cool.
bulk, and I guess it's not that cheap.
I heard it. A friend of mine from Monty, I'm just trying to remember her Instagram name, Shira Gross. So she told me in Monty, they would have competitions who could make food for a week without going to the store from everything they were getting from their boxes. 0 money spent, feed a family of 6 from the boxes.
It hurt the stores.
I know, Gourmet Glad told me.
There's certain products that just can't move. But listen, what are you going to do?
Right, okay,
You've had that sandwich?
this is my go-to sandwich when I go to...
Cork and slice.
It is the best sandwich on the planet. I can really say that. I've had a lot of sandwiches in my day.
Well, you are a fish person.
I'm a fish person.
It's got tuna and salmon in there.
And it also is so filling. You eat this, you're done for the day. You just have a really light dinner, like a fruit. I love that. I had that on my birthday every year, last year and this year.
And then, of course, listen, we had to do travel. We were all stuck. We couldn't do much travel. So we had Yankee from Picturemacher. Have you ever seen his account on Instagram?
No, but
you got to check him out.
Remind me to follow.
You must check him out.
You know why sometimes I don't get to finish my magazine? Because Gabby steals it. My daughter Gabby, if you've got an upper teen or a college kid, this is a great gift. I'm not just saying it because you're my friend.
Yeah.
And I love this magazine. I really love it, and my kids love it. When we bring in the mail, Gabby's like, I got the Fleischicks, too bad on you. I'm like, I need to promote it. Give it back.
But this guy, Yankee, I mean, you'll never see him on Instagram. Everyone knows him from his voice. He travels the world. He's done Arab countries, Russian countries, all over.
So Dan Hirschberg or Dan Hers on Instagram also, a Melbourne boy, young man.
This is a little bit of a different style, but people recognize him from his voice. So we said, let's do a feature on America. So he did the parks, great parks, 4 different places. If you follow him now, he's in Alaska. He's flying around. Yesterday he sees polar bears. The day before he's seeing whales. It's like incredible.
So next week there will be a new show, but I will not be here. I've never even said it publicly, but I know all the rules. So I check this all out before I plan this trip, and I check it daily. We are flying with masks on, to Wyoming. And we're flying into Montana, driving down to Wyoming, doing National Park, Yellowstone. And we're driving to South Dakota with stops along the way. Montana, then South Dakota.
Montana actually have a
Wyoming.
very close friend, Chabad Shliach there.
I reached out to them.
The Brooks.
And asked them if they wanted anything. I asked them, do you want me to bring you some Chavis roll stuff? She said, no, thank you, but she was so sweet. I know she's a follower of mine. So
she's a good cook herself.
Oh, I wish I was there for Shabbos. So Montana, then South Dakota, down to Nebraska, and Shabbos in Denver.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
that's nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So I hope everyone will follow me there.
I'm sure everyone's going to follow you
listening
there.
to the show.
Everyone's anyways following you. If you don't follow Naomi, what are you doing?
Eating.
Food and travel.
Food and travel.
There you go. Rena did a beautiful article for Shalosh Shudas. So you can imagine her food is amazing. We had the Mamulo team actually set up the the whole scene. We went, Shifra and Schneier, after the shoot, drove out to Prospect Park. They took all the food in containers, and on the spot, they put out their blankets and all their tchotchkes that they brought, and they put together this amazing, it looks like, you know, like a real feast outdoors.
You could have come here.
We could have done a lot of things, but they wanted to, you know, do the park, use the outdoors, and it was just, I wasn't there. I was watching it through the same way everyone else was, through Instagram and stuff.
They are hilarious, those two girls.
Yeah, that was amazing. This is quite funny. This is a wine article
Yeah. By Gabe Geller.
by Gabe Geller. But check this out. This is actually,
Your swimming pool.
I had a stick of wood, and I was like leaning over the pool, holding it, and like they were putting the bottles like kind of falling in. It was like a whole big spiel just to
look
make
at
that
that photo.
picture. Sometimes, yeah, the funniest things happen, but you don't really see it until, I mean, in print you just see a beautiful picture.
Right. All the behind the scenes. I know when we did the photo shoot for the Pesach issue.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on behind
That's
the
it.
scenes.
That's it.
So amazing. So how do we get a hold of this? Yes. you had a
Okay,
question.
first of all, they have to use your code.
Oh yes.
If they use code Naomi, all uppercase,
Naomi.
25% off. Naomi.
20% off.
25% off.
25. So
That's
what's the
right.
code? Name me 25.
No, just Naomi. The word Naomi,
That's
uppercase.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's what it was always, no?
I thought it was Naomi 10.
If not, then we'll make it. No, we never did 10.
Okay.
Naomi, you get 25% off. Subscribe at fleischigs.com, www.fleischigs.com.
Rolls off the
Use
tongue.
code Naomi, uppercase, 25% off, $49.50 for the year. And crazy good content. Food,
Crazy
travel.
good. Crazy good.
That's it.
Sometimes when they come into the studio, they bring us food. I learned how to cook steak in the studio from Shifra.
That's it. We actually have our Yom Tov issue. Our issues have been getting bigger. Everyone thought that with Corona might be smaller. They've been getting bigger.
You've got. Let's see.
And they're
Getting big. This is.
they're getting
big.
bigger. This is 116 pages. Yom Tov is going to probably be even bigger. But I just see a real star just walked in, so we have to quickly plug something that we're both doing, no?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we?
He's going to be on my show next week.
So
Must be a trailer.
this is unprecedented times. People think also that because we're doing such a this was an ad we had made up special for the Must Be a campaign.
It's fantastic.
But Must Be needs trailers. We need a load
Trailers
up.
full of food, not
Load
trailer
up for
movie
Must Be.
trailers.
We need a load up for Must Be. And so, what are you getting? Chickpeas?
Yeah, garbanzo beans.
Naomi's getting a container full of chickpeas. I don't want to be around that, man. I mean, that's scary.
Right, well, they got to cook it up and give it out
Oh, okay,
to
fine.
everyone. I'm not actually going to cook it.
We're doing a container
I'm
full of fleisch. Meat, chicken, hot dogs.
I love that. We're going to keep these here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. Must Be does incredible work. I'm going to actually have Alex. I hope everyone's going to tune in next week to hear my interview with Alex, which we're going to prepare after this show, after our live show.
Right.
We are live here in Woodmere.
Thanks for having me.
Isn't there a different energy when you do it live?
I mean, it's 5 times. It's chilled. It's nice.
It's
Backyard.
great.
We've got the birds chirping,
Beautiful
the lawnmowers.
Lawnmower, but you don't hear the lawnmower. ZK would shut it down if the lawnmowers were the planes overhead. It's
Yeah.
nice to see planes flying. When there weren't planes flying.
I flew yesterday. It was like it was a crazy experience.
Where were you?
Coming back from Colorado.
All right. Was that great? Was it amazing?
It was very nice. Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, it's a beautiful state. You don't even know how many from Eden are there now. Like, a lot.
I know.
Between Vail and Denver, it was packed.
Okay, well, I'm
But the
very-
flight, JetBlue, empty seat in the middle.
Yeah.
Masks on the whole time. It wasn't an experience. It was a little bit stifling, but
Right, I would
it
not
works.
want to, even if I could fly to Australia, I wouldn't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
fly with a mask on. Right, you're going to have a mask on, Joe.
I mean, listen, if you really want, if you're just eating the whole time, then you don't have to wear a mask.
I could eat the whole time. I would be so happy. Svi, when we flew to Hawaii a couple of years ago, I had a suitcase full of, hand luggage full of snacks. Svi ate for 10 hours the snacks. He goes, I'm hungry. By the time we got to Hawaii, all the snacks were gone. Shame. All right,
Yeah.
Shlomi, thank you so much
Thanks
for
for
coming on.
having me.
It was great. Guys, pick up the magazine, fleischigs.com. Naomi will give you, code Naomi will give you 25% off. We look forward to having you back on the set for the next issues. We are live from my backyard. I am so happy to be back on air with a real live show. We could do this more often, ZK. Was it very stressful?
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
No mitzvah times last night.
No mitzvah tons last night. ZK is also a wedding videographer, so does a lot of live streaming. So if you need an event live stream, he's your guy.
Corona streamer.
Corona streamer. Okay, Baked by Mo. Amichai, you're up next. Okay, Joe moves up. Everyone's moving around. Okay. Everyone can introduce themselves to each other. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Okay. So, Amichai is a neighborhood young man.
Yeah.
You are in what grade?
Going to 12th.
Oh man. Final year. I hope you have
Yeah.
school.
Hopefully.
Yeah, right? Corona wasn't so much fun.
Not
School
really.
From home.
No.
How'd you manage with the Zoom classes?
It was a little annoying, but you get through it.
Right. It's hard to learn Gemara through
Yeah. So I had a good Rebbe, so he adapted.
Okay, DRS, shout out to Halb and DRS,
Yeah.
right? Okay, that's where my kids go to school. My girls go to the elementary school. And then there's a separate boys' high school, DRS, and the separate girls' high school, SKA, and I absolutely love how on top of it they've been.
Yeah.
Okay, so Amichai called me a few weeks ago, and he goes, Naomi, can I come by and bring you something? And I'm like, okay, if you're going to bring me something, come on over. I mean, he could come over any time, but he's bringing me cakes. Come on over. Literally 5 minutes later, he shows up with fresh, hot cookies.
Brown butter chocolate chip cookies.
Brownie. They were insane. I never heard of a brown butter brownie before.
No, it's chocolate chip cookies. Brown butter chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, brown butter chocolate chip cookies. Right, they were brownies.
No.
Right, they were okay, I have in my head brownies because I did a brownie with butter for Pesach.
Sounds good.
But you had cookies, and they were delicious. And today he's like, can I bring you something? I'm like, only bring me something. I'm putting on the air for a few minutes because right before Joe Klein from Just One Chesed comes on. How did you get into baking?
When I was little, I've been cooking with my mom in the kitchen, and then I've always liked baking. And then during Corona, I was supposed to go to camp, and then camp was canceled, so I thought to make a bakery business.
So you did this instead of going to camp?
Yes,
I hope you made some money.
I did.
Okay, I made some dough from your dough.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm very punny today. Amazing. What's your favorite thing to make?
Sourdough bread.
Sourdough bread. Yeah, bring me some of that. I have actually. You gave me some the other week.
Last week or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah. It's amazing. And what is this? What have you got for me?
Challah.
Okay, anything special about this challah?
It's just egg challah. Egg challah. It's
Okay.
good for Shabbos.
Lucky it's Erev Shabbos. I didn't bake today, so
For you, for Shabbos.
I'm going to have a fresh. I have it in my freezer, but this is insane. I'm just chewing away, guys. Well, maybe I should finish my mouthful before I keep talking. Anything special? Are these sourdough pretzels?
Yes.
Okay. Was sourdough hard to learn?
In the beginning, it was a little hard, but you just need to work through it.
How did you learn?
I've always been interested into it, and then during Corona, I was home, I had nothing to do, so I started it. And then the first time I made my sourdough bread, it didn't really work out too well, so you just need to work through it. And then the third time I made it, it was amazing.
Right.
Better every time.
Right. How did you make your starter? Did you have
Flour,
to make,
water.
you made your own starter?
Yep.
And you feed it every day?
Every day.
So the first time I heard really about the sourdough concept about people making it at their homes was from Spice and Zest, Chaya Suri Leitner. I'm not sure if you follow her on Instagram. She's amazing. She actually does courses. And a lot of people have learned how to make sourdough from Chaya Suri because she has an amazing course. But she's taught me, and Naomi Elberg, also Naomi TJS, the more times you make it, the follicles in the air get stronger.
The starter which you use takes the natural yeast in the air and cultures it, so every time you continue using it, the longer it is, it gets better and it rises more.
Right, but there's more culture in your air the more times you make it, so your sourdough will get better and better and better. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so we look forward. So if people want to order from you, they can?
Yeah, on bakedby_mo on my Instagram, either you could fill out the form or you could DM me.
Okay, I love that. I am so proud of you. Do you have any good dips you could recommend?
Hummus.
Hummus, haha. Always the hummus. Always come back to the hummus. I love it. Okay, Amichai, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
What's your favorite thing to eat?
Sourdough bread.
Sourdough bread. Okay, I like that. Avocado toasts. Hopefully we're going to get some avocado toast later on today. Central Perk is hopefully going to come by. Maybe on air, maybe off air, but we're going to be eating some of that. Okay, amazing. Anything else you want to share with our listeners?
Enjoy.
Thank you. Oh, I will. I already am enjoying. All right, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Let's stay in touch.
Of course.
Lucky's still in the neighbourhood. I'm sure you're in another year you'll be going off to Israel. Good luck with school. Yeah, Halp's got a really good plan. They're going to have desks with plexiglass. He's amazing, right? How cool is it, these young adults, right? We can say young adults. He's almost an adult. Entrepreneur extraordinaire, and he's a real hustler, and he reached out, and it's I'm so happy to promote people with businesses. If you have a business or in the food, or you're in the food industry and you want to come on the air, let me know. I'd love to talk to you. You can email me, Naomi@nachumsiegel.com. We have an amazing show. Let's just talk about the giveaway. that we are having of Danielle Renov's cookbook. You have to follow Naomi Nachman, Nachum Siegel Network, and Danielle Renov under Peas, Love and Carrots. I'm sure everybody's already following her. Everyone, she has like 60,000 something followers. So please follow her. And if you don't have Instagram, you can email me. So I think that should also be a requirement. You need to email me because it'll be too hard to pick. So you've got to email me, naomi@nachumsiegel.com, to win the book. On top of that, you have to make sure you like it. So if I pick the three of us, Nachum, Naomi, and Danielle. So if I get all these emails and you're not, we got to try to make sure. If you don't have Instagram, we'll deal with that. But try to follow all of them and email me, and we'll make it work. So this is super exciting. Thanks, guys. Okay, so my last and final guest for our super-sized, super exciting show. Goodbye, Millers. I'm just waving the Millers goodbye. Thank you for sticking around for so long. I really appreciate it. He's got a day of baking ahead of him. Thank you. You could try to go around that way. That's the garbage side. I have two sides to my house when you come around the back. So go that side. It's cleaner. Okay. So, it is Elul coming up, as we said. Shabbat Mevarachim is this week. And Elul's all about tzedakahs and chesed and kindness. And I thought it would be really great to have my friend Joe Klein. Joe and I met at the top of my block a year ago on Yontif, last Tishrei, and he was about to make Aliyah with his beautiful family. I know his mother-in-law and I went to seminary together, and he was telling me about this really exciting project that he has. I'm going to say it in a nutshell, and then Joe, who's sitting next to me, will jump in and fix up what I'm saying. But Joe runs an app a website called Just One Chesed. Basically, it's Uber for Chesed, meaning if you want a chesed and you need something, right?
Go for it. You're doing great.
Am I doing good?
You're doing great.
You can reach out to them.
Should I go for it?
And then you reciprocates. So I'm actually going to let Joe finish it up because I think you will do it better justice than I will. But also, if you have questions about this, and I'm going to say this beforehand, you can email me, naomi@nachumsiegel.com, or Joe's going to give his contact as well. But we're already buddies listeners, right? So if you ever have any questions anytime, email me and I'll put you in touch with Joe. But hi, Joe, welcome.
What's up? First of all, I would like to thank Naomi Nachman, who is a fantastic woman. She's done tremendous advocacy for Just One Chesed, and I want to thank you for that.
My pleasure. It is just such a brilliant concept.
So I live in Yerushalayim. We've been here for about 7-8 weeks in Woodmere, visiting my family. My wife is in social work school, and she's been busy with that. So Just One Chesed, the whole goal with Just One Chesed is to inspire people to do chesed. We have a platform on iOS, Android, and the web that connects organizations worldwide with volunteers. A person wants to do a chesed, they look in the App Store, they look based on location, based on Google Maps, and they find the chesed opportunities in their area. We launched in October 2019 with our platform on iOS, Android, and the web, and thank God a tremendous amount of chesed has been done. However, we noticed since we launched there's a number of changes for the organization side, for the volunteer side, and for the school side to make the platform 100 times better. So long story short, we collaborated. There's an organization, a cool organization in Tel Aviv, that they work in the high-tech industry during the day. They work in the Googles of the world, the Intels of the world, the Amazons of the world, and the startups of the world, the technology startups. And at night, a few times a week, they volunteer their time to work on technology projects to better the Jewish world.
That's so nice.
It happened to be, long story short, because it was a long story, that they had the same idea as Just One Chesed, and we found out about them. We went out, Jerry Leitenek, the founder of Just One Chesed,
Shout out to Jerry.
He's the best. And we went out to Tel Aviv a bunch of times, and we met over Zoom a bunch of times during COVID, and we made a collaboration with this organization, Startach. And over the past 5 months, we've been doing tremendous amount of research from the organization side, the school side, the volunteer side, which includes surveys, interviews, and all that kind of stuff to make our platform 100 times better. If you know technology terms, the UI, UX, the design, the features, the look.
UX.
UX.
Yeah, my daughter Gabby's going to do a degree thing in that.
In what?
In UX design.
It's not simple stuff. It takes a lot of time, and we're a couple of weeks away to go into development. Again, Just One Chesed is not just a software on iOS, Android, and the web. Another cool project we have is in Chicago. We have a Chicago referral hotline. For example, I know I'm talking too much, maybe.
No. It's all about you now.
So in Chicago, if you're a person and you don't know where to turn in terms of organizations, you call our referral hotline, which in Chicago we were the COVID hotline for COVID, and we've had thousands of calls during COVID, and we connect you to the right organization. So the goal is...
Like, what do you mean? Elaborate a little bit more.
You're in Chicago and you have a friend, Chas v'Shalom, who's going through something. You need to deliver food for Shabbos. You call us. Which organization does this? Which organization helps with cancer? Which organization helps with babysitting? So you call us and we connect you to the right organization.
It's a little bit like Achiezer?
It's a little bit like Achiezer, correct.
Achiezer in the Five Towns does something.
Correct. And we're trying to be the chesed broker.
A facilitator broker.
Correct. A chesed broker in Klal Yisrael.
And for nothing. They don't charge money for this.
We don't charge
this
any money for this.
Chesed.
Yeah. So in terms of the platform, we're very close to going into development. We've noticed a lot of things that need changes in terms of for organizations that they need organization management system for their volunteers. We're building that into the design, chesed hours for schools, all that kind of stuff. Very exciting stuff.
Let's hope the chesed hours are moving forward.
So it happens to be we were supposed to launch this September with a bunch of schools, and I've been in contact with a bunch of schools, and it looks like that it will be delayed, that process. But it's exciting stuff.
It's such an amazing concept, you know. Mika Amcha Yisrael, right? Like we have all these amazing organizations, from Mask for mental health, Chai Lifeline, Hatzala, Bikucholi. I mean, these are 4 out of 4,000 probably chesed big ones.
Thousands in Israel, especially.
Right? Yad Sarah and.
I'll tell you a small story that happened over Hanukkah.
Stories. Yeah.
Hanukkah, there's an organization, a small organization in Jerusalem that you would never hear of. Why? Because they don't have money for marketing and all that kind of stuff. And they deal with special needs kids, a special needs school, and they needed kids for a party, for a Hanukkah party for their kids. And they posted on our app, and they were just trying it out. They're new to the platform, and it happened to be there's a boys' yeshiva in Yerushalayim called Mevaseret Yerushalayim,
sure.
Mevs, and
is that what the nickname is?
That's what they call them, yeah. Mevs. And it happened to be there was a student in Mevs who looked on our app and he wanted to do something over Hanukkah, and he found their organization, and he went with a couple boys to do the chesed at this special needs school, this party, and he said the organization emailed me, and the organization said they never would have found these volunteers, and the volunteers never would have found them if it wasn't for the platform.
So this platform is connecting people who want to do chesed to people who need chesed done.
Correct.
Okay, it's a shidduch. It's a matchmaker.
A chesed broker.
A chesed broker. A chesed matchmaker.
There you go.
And I love that. So we have an app. How do we download this app?
You go on your app store. It happens to be that we're not pushing like crazy to download our app right now because of the problems that it's having. But you could check it out on the web. You could definitely download the app. There's opportunities available to do. For example, there's a blind organization that they just posted yesterday. They need help in Lakewood. If you're in Lakewood, you'll go check it out. But you could download it on the app stores and check it out.
So the app is being worked on a little bit more, but if you want it, you can just go to justonchesed.com. .org, right? Because you're an organization.
Chesed with one S.
What, chesed is 2 S's?
Some people spell it chesed.
Okay, chesed 1 S.
Yeah.
And check it out and see. And who funds this?
So it's a great question. It happens to be my boss and I, Jerry Leitenik, and me. We're fundraising personally for this project. The project's going to cost a tremendous, I don't know if you know about technology, the people that are listening, but technology costs a tremendous amount of money. It's looking like it's going to cost us for the upgrades a little over $100,000 to redo it and make sure. But it's a real investment. You have to be a visionary to understand what we're doing, because when you download the app, I mean, when you believe in what we're doing, the goal is to help many organizations worldwide. In Israel, there's thousands of organizations. There's thousands. You have to be a visionary to really. We need a lot of help. If you're out there, you want to help, you can go to justonechesed.org/donation. The goal is helping Just One Chesed helps out hundreds, if not thousands, of organizations worldwide, Jewish organizations. We're not Haredi, we're not Zioni, we're not Modern Orthodox, we're not religious, we're Jewish. You're an organization that deals with Chesed.
From whatever walk of Jewish
doesn't matter.
Life you are.
That's the goal, Chesed. And and another project we are constantly working on is an organization directory, where there's not one-stop shop to go with our referral hotline hand in hand. There's not one-stop shop in the Jewish world where you could find a listing based on a filtering system of every Jewish
Ooh.
organizations.
How would you get that?
For example, you're going to Denver, right? You said you're going to Denver.
Yeah.
And let's say you had a friend there, then you're going with a friend, Chas v'shalom, and he needs something help, that he's in the hospital and he needs a bikur cholim. You want to find the local organizations that help with food in the hospital over Shabbos. You search on our filtering system, food, based on location, you'll find the organizations that deal with that.
It's like, you know the kosher GPS app that shows
Yes.
mikvahs,
Yes.
shows mikvahs, restaurants and shuls?
Yes.
It's like that for chesed.
For organizations, correct.
For
So that's the goal. We're working on that.
Organizations, yeah.
We're not finished with it. It's going to take time, but we have a team working on that as we speak.
I think that would be a massive, amazing undertaking.
It goes hand in hand with the chesed broker line. We're
Right.
trying to help broker chesed.
Right, and a lot of the shuls, and here's a thought for you, a lot of shuls have rabbis' funds as well.
What do you mean?
So, say a lot of the young Israels have a rabbi's discretionary fund
Where they give out stuff.
where they can give out, like you're making a chasana and you really don't have money, or a lot of people knock on your door, right?
Yeah.
But you don't know who they are. So I always tell them, please go to my rabbi, and they have a chesed fund
Got it.
that can help. Like,
You're saying I should go to rabbis.
go to rabbis to ask them. You can also ask them for ideas and you know, how to grow branch out and all that, because people really need this. You don't want random people coming to your door. You don't know who they always represent.
It's
So
not easy. Fundraising is not easy.
This would be like a way that it will
to
like,
connect.
them and kind of give it some validity,
For sure.
which I think is
For sure. It's a
really
good idea.
important. It is very hot outside, isn't
Very
it?
hot. I'm sorry, I'm wearing my sunglasses.
Oh, no, it's okay. I wish I had mine. Okay, we've got about a minute left, and then I'm going to have to start doing our wrap-ups. Anything else that we need to talk about and share? How's life in Israel?
Life in Israel is great. We're going back this Wednesday.
You have to do bidud.
We're going to have to do bidud as quarantine for 2 weeks in our apartment.
Yeah.
We're very excited. It happened to be that we did a lot of time in our apartment during Corona, obviously.
Yeah.
So we're going back to it, and we're very excited.
Okay, amazing. My daughter Eliana is leaving to Israel on the August 30th flight. My second kid moving to Israel.
Which airline?
United.
Wow.
Yeah. 2 bags only.
2 bags. But usually they give 3. Never
Yeah, but no, when you fly El Al, she's making Aliyah on a non-El Al flight because of COVID. It's crazy.
Thanks.
It's really...
We made Aliyah last year, and we were able to get
3 bags.
the three of us. We brought my baby. We also got a seat for my baby, and we got 9 bags for the 3 of us.
Right. No, that's awesome. My kids they also went the same summer as you.
They went the summer before, I think.
No, they've only been there since July.
Oh, so same time.
19.
Yeah,
2019.
yeah.
So every time someone goes to Israel, I try to, especially now because we can't go because of COVID, we try to sneak things in. But we just sent a suitcase back with someone.
Oh,
so
wow.
They have the double stroller now.
Wow.
Thank God for that.
We have a lot of stuff to bring. We're nervous about it.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. It'll work. Hashem will make it work.
Amen,
My friend just
amen.
took a suitcase back. I thought I was going to pay $150 for her to take the extra suitcase. He didn't charge my friend anything for any of their bags.
Why?
Turkish Airlines.
Oh, Turkish.
Nice guy at the airport. That's all I can
Wow.
say. Oh, chesed this guy did. Not
Just one
Turkish
chesed.
Airlines.
Just
there you
one
go.
chesed.
It all comes back to chesed. Okay, guys, this is Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Siegel Network. Do not forget to enter our Danielle Renoff Peace, Love and Carrots giveaway. Okay, we have music.
Thank you, Naomi.
Sponsored. Oh, thank you, Joe. We're not done yet. I will thank you again. It's okay, he's running away. We have music sponsored by our friends at Kedem, all the way from 1 o'clock after Mark's show up until Lech Benching. But right after my show, we have the entertaining Mark Zomick doing an Erev Shabbos show from 10 till 1 o'clock, sponsored also by Kedem. And we can keep bopping and listening to music while you cook in your kitchen with our terrific musical lineup of Erev Shabbos music. Thank you so much, Kedem, for sponsoring. This has been an amazing show. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Shifra and Shlomi Klein of Fleischik's magazine. Thank you, Joe Klein of Just One Chesed. Oh, a lot of Kleins here today. I just realized that. And Baked by Mo, Amichai Miller. What an amazing show. Thank you, everyone, for having me back and tuning in on all Fridays. And when you stop me on the street and you tell me that you know me and you listen, thank you. Shabbat Shalom. There's